Well, it is one thing to follow the teachings of Jesus. It's another thing to try to talk like him, look like him, eat like him, even vote like him. One man spent this past year trying to do just that. A former pastor, Ed Dobson. He is Cornerstone University's vice president for spiritual formation. And you trimmed the beard, but still have the look.
Well, I don't know that I have the look, but yes, I did trim the beard. I was tired of getting junk in it.
Good to see you. Happy New Year to you.
And likewise to you.
And this idea came from a friend of GMA, A.J. Jacobs, wrote a book called The Year of Living Biblically.
Yep. Yeah, I read that book a little over a year ago, and I thought, well, if a secular Jew could do this, certainly a follower of Jesus could.
Right.
So I devoted the whole year to trying to live like Jesus, eating kosher, observing the Sabbath, going to feasts and festivals. And I also read through the Gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, every week.
What was the toughest part?
Obeying Jesus' teachings. I mean, the easy part was the eating, the beard, the Sabbath.
I know you had to give up your chicken enchiladas, but so it was literally, I guess, adhering to that radical idea of blessing those who persecute you.
Yeah, which is a very difficult thing to do. My youngest son did 2 tours in Iraq, and on the last tour, a friend of his was killed in action, and my wife and I went for the visitation, and I was overwhelmed with grief and also with anger for the people who had made the roadside bomb, planted it, and detonated it.
Right.
And then I finally realized I had to pray for them and bless them, which is very, very hard to do.
I can imagine. This seems trivial by comparison, the diet, the beard, that sort of thing, but some of the other interesting turns that this led you, you had a beer or two along the way, right?
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, I would often go down to the bar, sit up at the counter, drink a beer, and talk about God, which Jesus was accused of being a glutton and a drunkard.
Right. And you voted for Barack Obama.
I did indeed.
Why?
Well, I decided, since I'd read through the Gospels at that point over 30 times, I wanted to know who best represented the fundamental teachings of Jesus. And I felt that he, more than any other candidate, represented the teachings of Jesus. So I voted for him, my first vote for a Democrat.
Which brought some scorn, I imagine, from your community, Christian community there,
yeah.
Which then led you to have to forgive them.
Yes, yeah. Well, I'm not saying everybody should vote, nor am I saying that Jesus would vote for Mr. Obama. But I did because I felt overall he was closer to Jesus' teachings.
And final, bottom line, what do you take away from this year? And what should others think about going forward in 2009?
Well, first of all, reading the Gospels every week, which was a huge commitment. I'm sorry I made the commitment at the beginning of the year because it was very demanding. Yeah. I would encourage people, whether you've ever read the Bible or not, begin reading the Bible and just listen to what God has to say.
Appreciate you being here. Happy New Year.
And a Happy New Year to you.
And you can find much more about this story on our website, abcnews.com.